Hey guys, guess what? I finally started. So I was supposed to start my YouTube channel 5 years ago or 6 years ago, rather. Um, that was in COVID, and I made a couple videos and then I stopped. But in this season, I'm feeling led to go ahead and make you know my YouTube videos again. But one of the things that has been stopping me is fear of being in front of the camera. And so I tell myself that this year, or for the rest of the year, I must overcome some things that has been holding me back. And one of them is fear of the camera. I really don't know what it is, but I need to get out of that. Also, I love to share, inspirations. I love to encourage others. I love to pray for others. I love to, you know, um, communicate with people. I love to just be myself. But for some reason, it's just that, I've been posting a lot of my inspirations and my encouragements, but I have not really put myself on the camera out there. So that's one of the fear that I decided I'm going to be breaking in this season. I'm not going to allow fear to hold me down, because guess what? The word of the Lord said, "For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." I am a child of God, so therefore should not have fear inside of me. So, and the righteous are bold as a lion. So, what is it that I am fearing? You know, I think what it is not really that I am fearing, but it's more so um, thinking about what people will say. Just being in my head, thinking about what people will say. But then, guess what? People gonna talk about you, whether you do good or you do bad. So why not just do it? Just go ahead and do it. And that's what I'm doing now. Just go out there and just start my YouTube channel. And I just believe that who is for me, they will subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm sure I have some people out there who would love my vibes. You know, and there are people who will not like my channel either, and that's okay. If someone doesn't like my channel, then they're free to go to another channel, right? So another fear that I'm trying to break out of in this season is just getting on the highway. So I drive, right? And I will drive anywhere where there's a traffic light. But when it comes to getting on the 95 or anywhere it has to do with the highway, I tell myself, you're not going up there. I started to, give myself all kind of talks, telling myself that no, you can't. You can't go up there. If you go up there, there are gonna be trucks up there, and you're gonna get fearful. And I decided I have to break out of this, because this is I don't know what is causing me not to get on the highway, which I know, but it's like I don't know. But anyway, so for the past few weeks I have been driving on the highway. Yes. So one morning I was driving and I said, you know what, I'm going to give myself 3 days to be on the highway, and I'm sure after 3 days I'm going to feel much better. I thought about Jesus when he rose on the third day, and after the third day, you know, I believe that even when we fast, when we pray, you know, usually after 3 days something breaks or something must break. So I believe that when I started to drive up there on the highway, something must break. And after the 3 days, I felt normal. You know, I felt like I was driving on the regular roads that I normally drive on without fear, you know. So I believe I got over that. There's other fears that I'm trying to get over, which is learning to ride a bike. Yes, learning to ride a bike. I have not learned yet how to ride a bike. I have tried, but for some reason, I tell myself again that I won't balance, or I can't balance, and I just like, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. But there's a story behind me not knowing how to ride a bike, and that's a topic for another day. And also, I am trying to learn how to swim. I want to learn how to swim so bad. When I go to the water, that's another thing. When I put my head under the water, I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna drown. Yeah, it sounds weird, but these are my fears, and I am trying to break out of them in this season, because at the end of the day, the righteous are bold as a lion, and I am gonna be bold. I'm gonna be bold, and do all the things that I tell myself that I can't do, because at the end of the day, it's all in your head. And I know that there's someone out there as well that wants to start their YouTube channel the same way, and they are afraid of getting in front of the camera. They're afraid of putting themselves out there like myself. But what do I have to lose, right? So just I'm asking everyone who has listened to this video, please like, subscribe, and share, as you come along with me on this journey, because I have a lot more things to talk about. I want to talk about my journey. There's a lot of things that I've been through. There's a lot of things that I've overcame. There's a lot of good things that God has done for me. There's a lot of things that I just want to, let you guys know that it's not just me behind the camera sharing all these inspirations and not knowing, how did you overcome, how were you able to, to come up with all of this, but not knowing the person behind these inspirations and these encouragements. So I hope you guys were blessed today. I hope that this word bless you. I hope that someone was encouraged to go ahead and start that YouTube channel. Go ahead and get over that fear. Your fear might not be my fear. No. Your fear may not be my fear, but I'm sure there's something in your life that you want to get over, but you aren't able to get over it because of that spirit called fear. We gonna break that spirit called fear in this season. Let's go.